The city of Cincinnati is not planning to establish a dedicated department to oversee the prevention of gun violence.
This comes after months of proposals and pitches from people inside and outside the city who are advocating for the dedicated department. This also comes a day after the 224th shooting victim of the year in the city. A man shot in over the Rhine early Sunday morning at 14th and Vine. We are now beyond the number of shootings by this time last year and the year before. David Winter has been focusing his efforts in the past several months on investigating gun violence in Cincinnati and tracking efforts to reduce it. So, David, what happened to the plan for a dedicated department to reduce gun violence?
Well, it never got off the ground, even though there are cities all over the country that are creating these offices and finding success in reducing gun violence. Leaders in Cincinnati have determined it would not work here.
This is the Offices of Violence Prevention Network, 32 cities across the country that have established distinct offices at their city halls to lead the efforts against gun violence, from New York to Portland, from Los Angeles to Columbus, Ohio, where the city earlier this year established its Office of Violence Prevention, headed up by Director Rena Shack.
To make sure that we are all aligning and we're not duplicating our efforts. And so that's what the Office of Violence Prevention serves to do.
Cincinnati has over the past several months been searching for solutions to its gun violence problems, including flying in the man who established an Office of Neighborhood Safety in a violence-ridden city in the San Francisco Bay Area, credited for reducing gun violence there by 85%.
You know, we have to create policies to keep our citizens safe.
Vice Mayor Jan Michelle Kearney earlier this year had told us she was proposing something like it, a central office for violence prevention. In February, she put forth a motion to city administration to prepare a report on the creation of an Office of Safety Management. We asked the vice mayor where that stands, and she gave us a written statement saying the establishment of an actual Office of Safety Management is on hold because our administration is creating a division manager position that I'm told will have the same purpose and function. We asked the city manager's office about that, and the office gave us a statement saying it already has a collaborative cross-departmental group of folks who understand the collaborative agreement. We asked Bishop Ennis Tate about it. He's currently leading efforts to bring together all of the community groups in the city to reduce gun violence.
Why do we need to have something that is unique to Cincinnati as opposed to just doing what other cities have done that has been working?
No, that's been our downfall. Copying just what other cities have had without really considering the dynamics, which is why a lot of the things that we've done haven't been sustainable, especially when it comes to funding.
Well, the woman who runs Columbus's new Office for Violence Prevention says you really need a full-time staff of people and a full-time head of that staff dedicated to the singular goal of reducing gun violence. Well, that's not the plan in Cincinnati. The city manager's office tells me that it remains open to ideas, feedback, and support from partner organizations and members of the public. Paula?
I know you'll continue to follow this and continue watching Local 12 on air and online as we continue to press city officials on efforts to reduce gun violence.
Sure, you could stop watching now, but let's be honest, you want to see more. So click some of those links, or better yet, go ahead and tap subscribe. That way you'll catch more content from Local 12.